Hello, friends. Before we get into this episode, I want to say a quick thing about how to listen. I didn't plan this episode. It came together slowly through conversations, silence, and a lot of sitting with my own feelings. This episode is not a hot take, and it's not a debate. It's a reflection. It's for anyone who has been feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or emotionally fried and wondering why everything feels so heavy. I'm speaking from lived experience, compassion, and a deep respect for the weight of this moment. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and please listen gently. If you need to pause, breathe, or come back to this later, that's okay, because this one goes quite deep. Lately, I keep hearing people say, I feel like something is wrong with me. And I hear that everywhere. I want to take them by the hand and say, nothing is wrong with you. You are not weak. You are not failing. You're just overstimulated. We were not designed to wake up to tragedy, scroll through outrage, absorb global crises, check work messages and emails, and then pretend our bodies are supposed to be fine. That is not resilience. That is mental and emotional whiplash. Somewhere along the way, staying informed turned into staying flooded, and stepping back for your own sanity started to feel irresponsible and selfish. Today, I want to talk about how to stay aware without staying activated, how to care without carrying everything, and why turning down the noise is not avoidance. It's survival. Our human nervous systems are built for short bursts of stress, not non-stop emergencies. Our bodies cannot tell the difference between immediate danger and digital danger. Hell, our bodies can't even tell the difference between good stress and bad stress. This is why anxiety feels so constant right now, even when you are physically safe. We have been told that strong people can just handle more, but a lot of what we are calling anxiety is actually information overload, and our bodies are keeping the score. Being the fortunate person that I am in my life right now, this did not hit me all at once. It started small. I noticed my favorite restaurants were closed. Then I logged into social media, which I try very hard not to live in, and realized that even where I live, atrocious things are happening. Quietly, close to home. My own neighbors cannot open their businesses. They're losing income. Their children cannot play outside or even go to school. The community is trying to help as much as possible without bringing too much attention, because attention right now can be dangerous. People have already been taken away. No one knows where they have been taken. And it is a very intense experience to be living in what we call the land of the free and the home of the brave when people are not free. When those who are supposed to be protecting us are choosing to be cowards. We do not know who to trust. We do not know how much more difficult bullshit we can take. And this is where it stops being abstract. Because this fear is not theoretical. It is not a headline. It is happening to people I love. I have several friends of different ethnicities who are barely leaving their homes right now. Not for groceries, not to check the mail, not for anything social. They are living inside the confines of their own walls because they are terrified of being taken away. or shot. Recently, I had not heard from one of them in over a month, and silence can be loud. I was trying not to let my mind go to the worst case scenario. I kept telling myself that they were safe, maybe not thriving, but surviving. I did not know how to reach out. I did not want to bring attention to them when they are doing everything they can to stay invisible. But I called them anyway, hoping that if nothing else, they would see my name on their screen and reach out however they could. I finally heard from them. Their voice sounded different, quieter, heavier. Someone who once had a positive outlook on everything in life and a huge smile on their face is now upset, confused, and scared. They are living in a prison created by fear. They no longer go to work. They are living off their savings. And their small community is doing everything they can to support them. Which reminds me that not everybody has a community, and they're going through this. My friends' days are filled with questions. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if we wait? What if we leave? What if we stay? They talk to their therapist multiple times a week, and their therapist stopped accepting their money because they know funds are limited and they will figure it out later. Sitting with all of this, I felt how fortunate and insulated my life has been in a way I had never fully felt before. I will admit, I live in my own world sometimes, my soft, safe cocoon that I have created for myself. After years of chaos and more years of trauma therapy, I no longer follow the crowd. I do my own thing. I'm a free-spirited person. I also happen to be Caucasian. But my head is not in the sand, and it's not up my own ass. I am a compassionate, caring humanitarian. I felt such relief hearing their voice. Relief telling them that I care. Relief that we ended the call saying that we love each other. And if I haven't been crying, I've been on the brink of tears all week. Not because I watch the news, because I do not, but because social media and online videos have become this non-stop stream of fear and uncertainty. We know what we are seeing is not always the full truth, but we also do not know what to believe. And that uncertainty alone is enough to keep the nervous system in panic mode. Before we hung up, I reminded my friend to start writing, to write about positive things they want to happen, even if it felt like a fantasy. Because when everything outside feels out of control, we still need an outlet that keeps us grounded and sane. Something that reminds us that we are more than fear, and this is why I keep saying we are not broken, we are overwhelmed. People are living with very real, very immediate danger, and the rest of us are absorbing that danger through screens with no way to release it. Doom scrolling is not a moral failure. It is a nervous system response. Being constantly updated does not make you more compassionate. It often just makes you more dysregulated. You are allowed to care deeply and still protect your nervous system. I want to respond to the world, not just react to it. I can hold spiritual belief and moral clarity at the same time, and this is me doing that right now. I want to say something that I know may anger some people, and that is never my intention. I am not saying this to excuse harm or dismiss suffering. I am speaking from a spiritual level. I believe that our lives are mapped out before we were born, not in a rigid, scripted way because we have free will, but through something like a spiritual contract. We came here to learn lessons, have experiences that we agree to move through, have moments that would shape us, challenge us, and wake us up. Are you awake now? I believe the people we do not need to name because they do not deserve that kind of power came here as disruptors. That was their life contract agreement. They're not heroes. They're not saviors. They're disruptors. They invoke fear. They misuse power. And they show us very clearly that this is not a way to live. I believe we are living through a massive reset, and resets are never gentle. Everything is cyclical. History moves in patterns, and when something has been buried too long, it comes back up to the surface. If you want to compare what is happening now to terrible moments in the past, go ahead, because what we are seeing is the same thing every time. It brings all of the cockroaches out of the woodwork. Some of them will scurry away when the light gets too bright, but others are exposing themselves so clearly that we will never unsee it. And as horrifying as that is, it's also clarifying. It brings attention to what we can never allow to happen again, not as individuals, not as communities, not as a nation, and not as a world. This is not about pretending things are fine. They're not. This is about recognizing that fear is being used as a tool and deciding collectively that we are done living this way. What actually helps right now is community over commentary, small acts of care that keep us human. Joy is not disrespectful to suffering. Light still shines in the darkness. That doesn't mean the darkness is not real. It means we do not abandon ourselves to it. You do not need to consume every headline to be a good person. You do not need to stay activated to stay engaged. You are not failing because you are tired. You are tired because this is a whole lot to hold on. So tonight, turn off your screens, put your phone down, step outside, touch something real, something that matters and reminds you that you are here and you are cared for and you are loved. You are not broken. You are human. You are loved.